Iron Chef Alex Guarnaschelli.
I'm excited to be here in this arena tonight. It's like a gymnast walking on a balance beam. I feel a lot of pressure to deliver.
These three chefs are what you might call pork pros.
I mean, I love it. Let's do it, Eric.
So, from New York, this is Eric Levine. He's a Long Island restaurateur known for his award-winning pork dishes. Eric is also a Chopped winner. He was chopped during his bid for the championship by the one and only you.
I chopped you?
Yes, ma'am, you did.
Chef Meet Emmy Collins. Chef Emmy is from Washington State. She's an executive chef. She's also voted one of the top most 100 influential people in Seattle. And her family opened the first Brazilian restaurant in Seattle. Alex beat Chef Rob Nelson.
Arkansas in the house.
That's right, go Hogs.
He's the executive chef of a restaurant group whose eateries highlight pork and bacon. Chef Rob is also considered an authority on hog cookery by the James Beard Foundation. All right, chefs, first up is the survival round. If your dish ranks in the top 3, you're moving on to the money round. And the 4th ranked chef will go home, even if that's you, Chef Alex. Time starts now.
You.
This could be some really smart gameplay. I mean, they did choose everything that Alex didn't want.
Oh, sorry.
They're pork experts, so they're probably playing into the fact that she's not as versed. That might be a strategy that works well with them.
I'm gonna try to make an apple chip and golden raisin puree.
I pound my pork as soon as I can get it, and I put it in egg and then breadcrumb. I think the Milanese cutlet is a little removed from the porkiness, so I use the pork fat to cook the pork cutlets.
Then I'm gonna sear it, finish it in the oven. Then I'm gonna make a cilantro sauce, some basmati rice. So you wanna get a nice crust formed on top of it. This way the flavors stay in, the juices stay in. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a grilled pork tenderloin with cornbread. I make cornbread because I used to watch my grandmother and my granddad make it all the time back in the day. I'm here to represent Arkansas, and I'm gonna bring in some of what we're known for in the South as far as cuisine.
So I'm doing kind of a take on a Brazilian dish called vatapá.
Vatapá is...
Vatapá, it's like a peanut sauce with coconut milk and palm oil. Yeah, so I think it's gonna go really well with the pork tenderloin since it's kind of bland, needs a lot of flavor.
Sounds good.
Probably the best pork I've ever cooked in my life.
The first thing I'm gonna put down is the rice, and then I add my vatapá sauce. I cut into my pork tenderloin, and it looks perfect.
I hope it's good enough to beat Alex. I know the flavors are not gonna be the flavors that she's doing.
Took the cornbread. That looks like a good piece of cornbread to me. Cut it into nice 3 little pieces and started plating. Time to get the green beans on, and then my spicy sauce. I'm waiting for the last few seconds before I put the pork on the plate.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's about it, chefs. Good job.
Whew.
I feel underdressed. You guys look great. Let me tell you what they decided on, and then we'll get into the dish.
Yeah.
They chose pork tenderloin, apple chips, and they have to make the dish spicy, all in 40 minutes.
Nope.
So the dish you have in front of you is a grilled pork tenderloin rubbed with pepper apple crisp, a guanciale and apple crisp cornbread, arugula, and chili emulsion. That's the spicy sauce. So we have in front of you a pork tenderloin cutlet with an apple crisp golden raisin sauce. All right, chefs, this chef prepared a seared pork tenderloin with apple chips and chorizo basmati rice, jalapeno cilantro sauce, our chef has prepared for you a cumin rubbed pork tenderloin with a vatapá sauce and apple cilantro gremolata.
Bring it.
Unfortunately, the chef that finishes 4th will be headed home early. So the chef that finished 4th from the state of Arkansas, Chef Rob, sorry. And there's only one way to earn money. Your dish has to outrank Alex's. If Alex ranks 3rd, the 1st and 2nd place chef will win $10K and $5K respectively. But if Alex comes in 1st, you guys kind of figure out what's gonna happen? Yeah, you're both going home at the end.
High five.
Quick high five and a pat on the back. There you go. Your time starts now. High-end pickled pig's feet and pork belly, or one of the 3 do not belong with the other. The pickled pig's feet, it's essentially pig's feet that's been pickled in a brine and liquid, right? pork belly, huge fat content, as you can see right here. There's a lot of like subcutaneous fat. Typically, pork belly takes like 2 to 3 hours or even longer. You're gonna need a pressure cooker. That's probably the only way to do it. Elevating this, especially with only pork, is gonna be a task.
Ingredient-wise, this is one of the most challenging rounds in the history of the show. Because it's high-end, but we have pork belly, so it's a tougher cut of meat, and it takes a long time to cook. But as we well know, it's worth it.
Artichokes.
Stuffed artichokes with pork belly, pickled pig's feet, and a champagne and pig's feet beurre blanc.
I'm making a pork belly and pig's feet tutu topped with a braised pork belly and crispy collard greens.
We're wiping the slate clean.
That's right.
What are you doing to win this?
So I'm gonna do a little braised pork belly and a red wine reduction. I'm gonna do a English pea risotto with a little pancetta.
Okay.
When I'm thinking high end, I think small bites. I feel like you go to a high end place, you leave there hungry is like the running joke. So I add my sauce into the plate, and then I top everything off with the crisp collard greens.
60 seconds left on the clock, chefs.
I need to finish this risotto last minute with green puree because it's gotta be bright, it's gotta be elegant, it's gotta say high end. I laid 3 pieces of the pork belly down, small amount of the pickled pig's feet risotto, and I have this red wine reduction that I just finished with a little bit of butter. Mary and Joseph, that's good. So I'm looking at the dish, and I'm thinking about what we're tasked with, which is to create a high-end dish, and I'm like, this kills it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, chefs. So the first chef has prepared for you pork belly with artichokes, champagne beurre blanc, crispy pig feet skin, and caviar. The next chef has prepared for you a pork belly and pig's feet tutu with braised pork belly, pig's feet crumble, pig's feet pickled chimichurri, and a crispy collard green. All right, judges, our final dish. This chef prepared a red wine braised pork belly with pickled pig's feet, pea and fennel risotto, fennel red wine reduction. Right, chefs, come on in. Judges, you get to see who's been cooking for you. Chefs, you get to see who's been eating your food. Chef Emmy made the pork tutu. Chef Emmy made the winning dish in round 1.
Wow.
That was really good.
So that, of course, means Chef Alex made the pork belly with artichoke. So remember, the judges ranked your dishes completely blindly. The chef that they had finishing third in this round was... Chef Emmy, I'm sorry.
No worries. Thank you.
Just for me, crunching up the actual piece of pork, a little bit on the top would have given it an extra texture, and I think that would have been just right.
Everything else was done so beautifully.
At least you won round 1.
Yes.
You can tell your friends that you
awesome.
at least beat Alex at least half.
Thank you.
Awesome job, Chef. Thank you.
This is only the beginning of seeing you.
Thanks, guys.
You are dangerous with a pig.
She is. She is.
So again, from the state of New York,
From the
someone's
state of
gone
New
home.
York, New York wins again. Eric, if you win, I'm handing you $10,000. But if Alex wins, walking away with 0. So, Chef Eric, they thought your dish stood out because of the unique use of pork belly. But there were some issues with the construction of the dish. Chef Alex, they thought your plate was visually beautiful. They loved the crispy texture of the pig's feet, and they thought your pork was cooked perfectly.
I've never cooked so much pork in my life. For 3 small plates of food, I cooked half of the pigs in America.
But there was one low point. What your dish was calling out for was just a little bit more acid to punch things up. And the chef who won Alex versus America pork is from New York. Chef Alex Guarnaschelli. Well done.